Good morning this morning and welcome to Shit Ain't the Same. If this is your first time, welcome. If you are a regular, I appreciate your support. So just take a minute and just subscribe because as always, I do need your support. So please subscribe and share. So today I'm in my PJs. You see, I'm in my PJs because I needed to be home and comfortable when I tell you this story, right? I know that a lot of us go through a lot of different situations with dating, right? But this situation hit me real different. And I think that after watching Jennifer Lewis and Jennifer Williams' story, if you guys haven't seen it on YouTube, you can definitely make sure you check that out. But Jennifer Williams' story, her story was she let a man that she was dating drop her off at the airport, and he was supposed to keep her car until she got back from out of town. To this date, she has not gotten her Range Rover back. To this date, he scammed her for her car? Really? And then when I think about Jennifer Lewis, this man scammed her for what, 50, $70,000? That's a lot of freaking money. A lot of money. And he scammed her using his kids as bait to get the money for a business that he claimed he wanted to start. And she has a soft spot for children. And he wound up scamming this lady for $70,000. And when she wound up filing a suit against him, he got convicted. Judge initially gave him 4 years in prison. She made a statement that day. You know how they say if anybody have anything to say, well, they like to say it now. She made a statement on how it made her feel and how he used the kids for bait and how he just basically pretended to be someone that he wasn't. And then he wound up getting 8 years, right? And the thing that resonated with me so much about Jennifer Lewis' story was that she said that he told her, "Oh, you're not going to tell anybody because you're going to be so embarrassed because you are a celebrity." Right? And you know what she said? She said, "You fucking with the wrong bitch." So, me telling this story, I feel the exact same way. The guy I was dating, he's fucking with the wrong bitch because I don't care about who know, and I hope that this story helps somebody else. And it wasn't a whole lot of money, but it was the principle, and it was my money. It was my hard-earned money that I worked for. Okay. So I know some of you guys have watched some of the clips on TikTok, right? But I just felt like it was so much to tell. And and the story got to be so long. I just felt like, why not just bring it to YouTube where I can tell the entire story. And then you guys can see all the commentary, all the pictures, and all the things of how this whole story unfold, right? So I met this guy at a party. It was September 25th. My girlfriend asked me to go to this party down in South Jersey, and it was a private party, right? Of course, I didn't want to go, like always, and she was like, "No, let's go, let's go, let's go." So on our way to the party, we had a conversation about meeting men organically. I was like, "Yeah, I want to meet a man, organically, like we did back in the days when we said, 'Oh, hi, what's your name? What's your favorite color? What's your sign? What you like to do?'" That's what I had in mind, right? So I was just thinking that, but she was literally thinking that at the party we were going to meet somebody organically. So we're at this party, we're at the bar, and I saw the guy, and my homegirl saw the guy, and she was like, "Oh, isn't he handsome?" I said, "Yeah, he's very handsome." She was like, "Oh, so you're just gonna leave him standing there?" I said, yeah." I said, "He see me standing over here." So I would have never went over to say anything to him in a million years would I have said something to him first. So I get up and I go to the bathroom. By the time I get back from the bathroom, she's already talking to the guy. They're laughing and kikiing or whatever. And then she goes, "Oh, here's my friend right here." So when she goes, "Oh, here's my friend right here," this dude eyes bucked out his head and rolled across the floor. She was like, "Oh my God, I was watching you. I was admiring you, this, that, and the third." I said, "So why didn't you say anything?" He was like, "Oh, well, I didn't know if you were with someone." I said, "Well, you will only find out if I'm with someone is it if you ask." So we wound up striking up a conversation. We talked for maybe 20, 30 minutes. So me and my homegirl, we decided to leave. So yes, me and the guy did exchange numbers. So by the time I left the place, he had already texted me, "Nice meeting you." I said, well, nice meeting you as well." By the time I got home, he texts me. He said, "Oh, I hope you got home safe." I said, "Oh yeah, I did get home safe." So I'm like that. So all this organic shit that me and my homegirl talking about is totally happening in real time, right? So he texts me in the morning, good morning, beautiful. How you doing? Hope you have a great day. Blah blah blah, whatever. I would say, "Oh, thank you, thank you so much. Have a good day too." So we wound up texting all day. Wound up just talking about when we were going to meet again. So we wound up meeting again maybe a week later. We met at a restaurant. It was a great date, fantastic day. He paid for the date. It was not a problem. So we talked about meeting up again, and we met up again the next week. Again, he paid for the date, no problem, whatever. So I asked him. I said, "Well, it's not fair for you to have to drive so far because I live in North Jersey. He lived in South Jersey." So he was like, "No, no, no, it's fine. It's fine. I don't mind driving for what I want." I said, "Oh, okay, cool. Driving for what you want." Okay. So now we having all these dates in between September 25th and my birthday, which is October the 21st, right? So yes, I invited him to my birthday. And prior to that, we had went on several dates. We went to see the fall foliage. We went to the museum. We went to Baltimore. We went to Savannah to my friend's cousin's birthday. Well, we were doing things. We were going places, everything, right? And the whole dance of him paying for something, me paying for something, him paying for something, me paying for something. I didn't mind at all. It was cool. I was totally, totally fine with it. So now we get to my birthday, which is October 21st. I invited him. He acted like he was my whole man the whole birthday. I had about 60, 70 friends there, family and friends. I introduced him to everybody. He's just, this whole social butterfly all over the party. And my best friend was like, "Ro, it's something about him. I just can't put my finger on it. It's something about him. I just can't put my finger on it. But let's not rule it out. Whatever, you have a good time. Things will eventually unfold." So a couple of days after my birthday, he says, "You know what? I think I love you." I said, "It's been like 30 days. You love me? Really?" I was like, "Oh, okay." He said, "Well, yeah, I know you may not feel the same way." He said, "But I'm 57 years old. I'm not, I'm not ready. I don't want to play any games." And I said, "Oh, okay." He said, "So you don't love me?" I said, "No, no." I don't not know. I felt kind of weird because he's like, "I love you." So I told my homegirl, I was like, "Yo," he said he loved me. He said, "He love you? He don't love you. He love what he think he know about you. He don't love you. He don't even know you." So I'm like, "No, no, he's a man of a certain age. Maybe he's ready. Maybe he's this. Maybe he sees something." And but he said, she was like, "Bitch, please, this nigga don't love you. He don't love you." So, so we got through that, right? We're still dating and going and doing all the things, right? So if we get to I'm gonna say late October, he says, "You know what, Rochelle, I really want to see how this thing is gonna work with you and I." He said, I want to move to your town." I said, "You want to move to my town?" He was like, "Yeah, you want I want to move to your town." I said, "Oh, okay." So he finds an apartment, and he was due to move into my town January 1st, right? So now us dating, we're getting closer, things are happening and we're moving pretty fast, right? And he says, "You know what, Ro, I don't want to wait until January 1st. I want to see if I can move in earlier." So he calls up the guy, which the guy was his friend that owned some property in my town, and he wound up having an apartment available. And so he goes, "Rochelle, do you think you can send the guy $700 so that I can hold the spot, hold the apartment?" So I was like, "Okay, cool." He said, "When I see you, I'm going to give you the money." So I was seeing him maybe 2 or 3 times a week. So I wasn't thinking that I wasn't going to see him, right? So 2 days later, I saw him and he gave me $500. And he was like, oh, babe, I'm going to give you the rest of the money when I see you because I got to get the money out, out the bank. I said, okay, cool. So now about 2 weeks went by and he didn't give me my $200. So I wasn't sweating it. It was only $200. So I really didn't say much, about it. So early December, I went on a cruise, right? And I went on a cruise with family and friends. And while I'm on this cruise, he texts me. He said, "Hey, Ro, my friend said I can move into the apartment much earlier." He said, I need to Zelle the guy $1,000, but I don't have Zelle on an account that I want to send it from. I was like, he said, do you think you can send the money? So I said, yeah, okay. I said, but I'm gonna need to have all my money back because I gotta pay my daughter's tuition. Because we had already had a conversation about paying our kids' tuition because we were both paying out of pocket. And he said, no, 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 I got you. Of course, I'm definitely gonna give you back your money when I pick you up from the airport. Because he was due to pick me up from the airport when I got off the cruise. So he said, well, can you send the money now? I said, yeah, I can send the money now. So I sent the money right away. He picks me up from the airport. He says nothing about my money. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'm gonna get the money the next day. So a couple of days went by, I didn't get my money. So I said, hey babe, do you think you can I'm really gonna need my money back because I gotta pay my daughter's tuition soon. So he goes, no, I'm just waiting for my ATM card because by me moving, I got the ATM card going to my PO box. I said, oh, okay. So a couple of more days went by, and I said, hey babe, do you think it's time for you to just go to the bank and get the money? I said, because I really need my money because I need to pay my daughter's tuition. He was like, no, I got you. Like, don't even worry about it. So now we're getting closer to Christmas, right? And I decided that I said, hey, let's do 5 days till Christmas. So that's when you get a gift for your person 5 days up until Christmas. So I don't know why I even thought about 5 days to Christmas when this nigga ain't even paid me back my $1,200 that he even owed me. But nevertheless, 5 days before Christmas, because I'm not thinking that he's trying to take me for no money, right? So he bought me some sneakers. I got him, I think, some Basquiat socks, and he bought me another pair of sneakers, and I got him something else. And it was like, it was cool. The dance with the gifts was cool. I wasn't, I didn't have no problem with what he bought. And so I wound up getting him a gold bracelet, right? When I tell you this guy eyes bucked out his head, he thought he hit the jackpot, honey. It was a gold bracelet, but it was stainless steel. So he thought he had something that he could pawn, but nevertheless, he did. So we get through Christmas, right? We spent Christmas together, and we have spent Thanksgiving together because he said, since we're gonna be together, you're my lady. So if it's the holidays, then we're gonna be together because be with your person on the holidays. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like we are really, really doing this, right? So now we had planned to go to Miami for New Year's, right? So we get through Christmas, and now it's the December 28th, right? We had December 28th. He texts me. I'm at work. He's like, hey, babe, um, I don't know what's going on. He said I made some really big mistakes with my business, and things ain't going as planned, and my money funny, and I'm trying to figure this stuff out with my business. I was like, oh, okay. I said, wow. So what's going on? I said, let's meet up. I may have some informational resources for you. He was like, oh, okay, cool. He said, I'll give you a call back later. So he texts me. He was like, mind you, I'm sorry, it wasn't a call, it was a text. It was text the entire time. Text, 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 text. So he goes, hey Ro, I decided to stay at the cigar bar and watch the game with my friends. And I said, oh, okay, cool. And it wasn't nothing out of the ordinary because he always at the bar, smoking a cigar, watching the game or having a drink with his friends or whatever. So I really didn't think none of it. So I'm like, okay, cool. So so Friday came and went. So now it's Saturday morning. And he says, he texts me again, no phone call. Hey babe, still working this thing out with with my friend, with my business, trying to figure this out. My money's just funny. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm just trying to figure this thing out. I said, well, I asked, before, do you want to meet up so we can, maybe I have some information or resources for you. He was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna call you later. Saturday came and went. Now it's Sunday. He texts me, hey babe, um, I know I haven't I've been distant, and I didn't hit you back. I didn't, call or text, still trying to figure this stuff out, with my business, right? I said, okay, well, this is like the third or fourth time I've asked you, let's meet up. Maybe I have some information or resources for you. He was like, yeah, okay, okay. So I can't make this shit up. This is where the shit really went left, right? And I have the receipts right here in front of me. This is the exact text he sent me. He says, Rochelle, I never want to ask you because I know you have things going on as well, but I'm stuck until we come back from Miami. I need to borrow $3,500. People that owe me aren't answering the phone for the suits I made for them, because he also makes suits for people. For the suits I made for them. And can't Chase Bank can't give me a card. They have to mail it. All of my money is in money market accounts. I normally pay myself from that account. Now I'm down to only $1,000. This is what he says. And I goes, oh damn. This is what I say. Oh damn, I'm sorry to hear that. I literally just paid 3 rents and tuition. I don't have it. That's why I was asking you to give my money back in a timely fashion. So he goes, no, no, you can't help me. No, you can't help me. I said, no, I can't. I don't have it. I said, so again, because I'm not thinking that he's trying to take me for my money. I said, so again, I say, let's meet up so maybe I have some information or resources for you, right? So I said, I do belong to a credit union. I said, maybe I can get you into the credit union. And it's a lot of small business products that they have going on right now. So maybe you can get your own loan or your own credit card to figure this thing out on your own. I said, again, let's meet up so we can see how I can, of course, help you. He goes, then I asked him, how is your credit? He says, oh, my credit is not that well because I've been using it. What do you mean your credit ain't that well because you've been using it? We all use our credit in some form of fashion, right? So I said, oh, okay. So he asked me, can you get the credit card? Just reading this is crazy. Can you get the credit card and make me an authorized user? What part of the game is this? So you got my $1,200 that you haven't given me back yet. You text me on Sunday morning and say, can you borrow 3,500 more dollars? And then you ask me to get a credit card to make you an authorized user? Really? Y'all men really want to be baddies. Y'all really do. Like, y'all got this game all messed up. All messed up. And then he tries to act like he's not trying to take advantage of me or take me for money. But where do you do that at? If you already owe somebody money, and then you're gonna ask them for 3,500 more dollars, and then you want them to make you an authorized user on your credit card? That's crazy. That is crazy. So yeah, he said that he wasn't going to be able to go to Miami for New Year's, so I canceled the flight. I got the flights because I like to fly a certain way. So they were first class tickets to Miami. I'm going to show you the pictures. I was in the seat beside me by myself. He texts me on Monday morning and he says, oh, no, no, oh, no more. Let me see. Oh, no more good morning, beautiful. Good morning, beautiful. Good morning, sweetheart. All that's it's out the door. He goes, oh, I see you cancel my flight. Um, I can't. No, he said, wait, yeah. Oh, I see you cancel my flight. I can't believe you can go and still be festive while I'm here trying to figure out what's going on with my business. Oh, you see me out here trying to be festive? Yeah, yeah, I am being festive because I don't even know what's going on. Haven't spoken to you haven't heard your voice since Friday. You still trying to figure out something that's going on with your business. I say let's meet up because I may have some information or resources, and you still choose not to even freaking call me. But you think I'm not going to cancel the flight? Yes, I canceled the flight, right? Because if he would have canceled the flight, he would have got an e-ticket, right? And it would have been nothing that I would have been able to do about it. I canceled the flight because of my status. I got a full refund for my money. You was not going to rock me for $1,200, $3,500 and be on my credit card and take the e-ticket. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. So on Tuesday, he texts me and he said, "Oh, Rochelle, I just want to know I'm gonna have your money by next week. This is December 31st. He's gonna have my money by next week. Have a nice what he said, have a happy new year." I ain't even say nothing. I ain't even say nothing. Then Thursday came. I'm still in Miami. He texts me, "Hey, Ro, just wanted to let you know I'm not gonna have your money by Friday. I have your money by next Wednesday." Girl, it is March 10th. I still do not have my money. But he claimed that he was not trying to rock me for no money. No, he was trying to rock me for money because what happened was he ain't really have nowhere to really stay. Come find out the company that he said he worked for, I have a client that worked for that company as well. And he does not work there. He's never worked there. Right? So what I learned from this is all this investigating that I've done over the past 3 or 4 months. I should have been doing this investigating when I met him, not at the end, not when everything is over. Right? I found out so much stuff about this man, from him not working at that job, from his bankruptcies, from him losing his companies, and just so many other things about him that would have spoke to his character that would have helped me make a different decision. Right? So in me sharing this story, it's like these men show up in this certain kind of way. I mean, this man was dapper. He dressed, you know, very distinguished. He looked very distinguished, very clean cut. I mean, all the things, right? But then when you look at him, like in hindsight of all that stuff, all them little outfits, them was his little gigolo outfits. Them the outfits that he put on. Like who wear light pink? What man wear light pink in freaking December? It's a gigolo outfit. Sweater around the shoulder. My homegirl was like, "I don't like that sweater around that shoulder. That sweater around the shoulder is saying something to me." The sweater, that's a little gigolo outfit. So we have to be super careful, y'all, when we are on these dates and these men are showing up a certain way. Make sure that we're doing our due diligence. Make sure that our discernment is intact, that we're just not so thirsty and desperate to be with a man because we're in our 50s and we don't want to be alone and we don't want to be this and we don't want to be that. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Because think about it. Had I given him the $1,300, had I put him as an authorized user on my credit card, we would still be together. He wouldn't have had no problem with me at all. But he had a problem because I would not comply to what he wanted me to do. And he moved to my town. Come find out, it was an Airbnb. It wasn't even a real apartment. All he had up in there was his clothes, and the Airbnb was fully furnished. It was a beautiful place, but it wasn't his place. He was probably looking for me to start paying for stuff because come like what December, he's like, "Oh, you go on a lot of trips, bro. You need to calm down your traveling so we can figure out where we're gonna stay and how we're gonna be." And I'm like, well, what does me traveling got to do with you finding us somewhere to stay? And if a man is asking you for money, that is a red flag. That is a blood burgundy flag. And we need to see things for what they are and not just trying to make things be what we want them to be. So I hope my story helped somebody, because it wasn't a lot of money, but it was my money and it was my hard earned money. And I'm gonna make sure I got the whole pictures up from the time we met, from the party, all the things we did, because it was a great 3 months. I'm not even gonna lie. It was a great 3 months, but it wasn't worth me allowing this man to take complete advantage of me and my financial stability. You do not need a liability at 50 something years old. I'm 53 years old. I do not need a liability. I have 2 grown children, and I want someone that's going to be in an interdependent relationship with me and not just take, 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 take. I was listening to this pastor, and this pastor said that takers never stop taking and givers never stop giving. And a taker should never be with the giver, and the giver should never be with the taker. All right. So I hope y'all got it. I hope y'all understand it. I hope that this show reached somebody, helped one person, because I know that women have been through this numerous times. I've been a hairstylist for over 30 years, and even me mentioning this story to some of my clients, they was like, "Oh my God, that happened to me. Oh my God, that happened to me." I had a client that this man rocked her for $10,000. Who does that? Who does that? Like you men are not even really interested in these women. You guys just looking for a come up. Men want to be baddies. That's just what it is. So make sure y'all comment below so we can get some dialogue going on, so we can start helping even more women. Maybe we need to even start a focus group, child, because women are going through a lot of things, a lot of financial problem with men. And I know y'all heard about the lady that got rocked for $1 million. $1 million. This man rocked her for $1 million. So I'm just going to run down the strategy that they use, and I'm just going to in this whole story. What men do, what they're doing, is they develop your trust. So him giving me back the $500 was him making sure that I trust that he's going to give the money back, right? And he didn't even give it all back. He just gave a little bit back, right? Then he goes in for a little more when he asked me to send $1,000, right? When I sent that. Then he goes in for a little more. He asked for 3,500, and I said no. Then he said, "You know what? Let me see how much she loved me." Then he asked me, "Can he be an authorized user on my card?" So it's like, it's levels to this shit. They start small, and it's a little more, then it's a little more, then it's a little more, then it's a little more, and until you find yourself in a situation. My discernment kicked in. It kicked in, but it kicked in a little late, $1,200 later. But I'm glad that it did kick in, because I wind up saving myself a whole lot of heartache and a whole lot of freaking money. So listen to the strategy. If y'all got to go back and rewind it, make sure y'all subscribe so you can have it. You can look it up whenever you need to look it up. But this story is real. The Jennifer Lewises, the Jennifer Williams, the Rochelle Mosleys, all the other women of the world that have been taken advantage of by men. Let's stop this shit. For real. All right. Till next time.